I interview Nora Chipaumire. Wow. So now you arrive because I bring to my country, which I'm so happy. I bring to you to Africa Moment. It was the moment to be here and the moment that I decide to share with my country. I choose you because you are like the big inspiration for me, and you represent a lot of things that I think we need to talk about, especially in Spain. I can make a lot of questions, but if I have to choose three, I will choose as Aïda, what is more interesting for me. The first question is always, I'm really interested about the creative process. So how you work in the studio.
I think ordinary people think there's something very mysterious that happens in studios. So I want to say two things. I work in studio and I work outside of studio. A space that is already crowded with activity, which is what urban Africa is really. Any city, you know, I'm from the city. I was born in Mutare. I spend a lot of time in Harare. I live now in New York City, but I visit many cities from which I get this energy of activity. There is always activity, there's always movement. Movement is rhythm, movement is time. And people are organizing themselves in this space, which is the urban space. The way they shift locations. This is always a choreography. And so if you take time to actually look at it and see it, listen to it and hear it, feel it and understand and absorb some of its cadence. This is a very important way to create. It's already a process of gathering. And so whenever I have an opportunity to then be in the studio, it's almost like distilling what I have gathered.
I'm asking myself this time, which are the tools to break down these stereotypes?
A love is a very complicated idea. You know, it means I dedicate entirely my whole consciousness to this moment of we are here together. I see you, you see me. This is about love. You know, it's about creating a certain kind of democracy, you know, of being really able to share a space without thinking, oh, you don't deserve to be here. People should know the truth about everything, you know. So you go to school and you learn like half the book or something, and then you graduate. So clearly, if you haven't read the entire book, you don't know the whole story. So I think a lot of people are not bad, like humanity is not bad in its nature. We just are not given enough information to know. Or there are others who benefit by giving little information. So that it creates these divisions which end up as class, which then a class comes up in race and gender and sexual identity and all this kind of stuff. People just need to be given correct information. And the way you arrive at information is to have this love, this desire to know about the world, to know the mysteries of the world, to know about humanity.
Why you decide to leave Zimbabwe, but especially in the way, who were your reference?
Who have been my teachers, or what drives me? I guess what really? Well, my mother, for one thing, was a very poorly educated woman who could never take no for an answer, you know, and now she passed away 2 years ago. Now looking at the life she could have had if she had had the access I have, I feel, for one thing, you know, because I am born in a different time, I am better educated. I have different access. I cannot not use my intelligence, my passion for the greater good. I don't know if it's a greater good, but I hope eventually it is for the greater good. I actually never left Zimbabwe because my my passions are still always driven by this idea of this route, this place called Zimbabwe. But yes, I surgeon out. I go out because I am hungry. I am in search of information. I know there's things out there. I think everybody should go out and travel. You know, we have to refuse this agenda of, oh, Africa, you're colonized, you're unfree. You know, you're in search of your identity. You know, I'm not confused about my identity. I am very free, and so I have this desire to expand, which is human. You're most welcome. Thank you. Those are good questions.